I'm the happiest Harry.
And test. I'm Richard.
It's Dead Decks.
Dead Decks. Yeah, buddy. All right, buddy. Yeah.
Talking about Dead Deck kind of stuff.
Decks. You know.
Yeah, we're pretty literal here.
Card games. Yeah, we talk about card games
And other stuff, but mainly card games.
or whatever the hell else we decide to talk about.
Yeah. It's our YouTube channel of 5 people that watch, so we can get away with about anything.
Yeah.
We're one of the few out there. We're not getting censored because nobody watches it.
Nobody's noticed we're here yet.
It's kind of redundant. So
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do you need to censor in the forest when no one's around?
Ain't no trees here in the forest.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today?
We are doing a timeline. I don't know why that seems so funny. Like you just twisted your head at me. Yeah. Timeline part 7.
Part 7 of the timeline. My God, we'll eventually get through this, and then we'll get into the newer games, and nobody will care about anything anymore.
Yeah, well, if they do now. I doubt they do now.
Nobody cares now. Yeah.
This was this covers 97, which most of the printers had exploded after 95, so they didn't have nearly as many in 97.
Yeah, they were on the downcline, as I said earlier.
The downcline.
The decline.
I hate when shit starts downclining.
Yeah, they were about out of steam. They'd use up all the coal in the world to print all the other the cards in 95. So
yeah,
there's only 8 games in 97 compared to the 50, 40 that were in 95.
There were some non-English games.
We don't count those.
That I didn't put on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, English, at least have an English printing or be relevant to the world. If it's just a regional game that we in America didn't hear about, it's not on the list.
America, wait, we're in Abu Dhabi.
Oh shit! If it didn't
make it to Abu Dhabi.
If it didn't make it to Abu Dhabi, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get America and Abu Dhabi confused. They sound so much alike.
All right, number 1.
Aliens and Predator, or Aliens Predator, Aliens and Predator, Predator and Aliens.
Probably plural with an and.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's got Aliens and it's got a Predator. 2 movies combined. It's part of the Battleground game system, which Terminator was also part of. They all kind of fit together anyway. They were all part of that late 80s, early 90s.
Action
cheese,
yeah.
Big superhero, save the day, kill some monsters, whatever.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen any Aliens Predators cards in person. At least I haven't.
Nope.
We have Terminator. Those for whatever reason are cheap as shit. I was trying to see. I don't know how far we've been in.
No, who cares?
But Aliens and Predator pretty expensive and hard to come by. So I don't know why there was a big difference. Maybe Terminator came out later.
Well, it was Terminator 1 too. As well.
Well, it was Terminator 1. It came out in 2000.
It came out way after the movie.
Which will be in our later timeline video. But those you can find all day long for $30, $40 a box.
Yeah.
Aliens Predators is expensive for whatever reason, but it's all compatible and nobody cares. So
yeah. Can't find an open booster box of it anywhere. Open starters are like $50, $60 and up. So
yeah, I guess they were just dabbling at this point, and the printers were so hot that they could only print just a certain amount.
They couldn't print many. They got scalded. They never made it to any expansions. I am intrigued by the mechanics of this Battleground system.
Yeah, I do. I'm very intrigued when card games can be played together.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that with Wizards of the Coast and their ARC system later on.
Yep.
Hercules and Xena and Jim Lee, C-23. So yeah, we'll get into that later too. But yeah, I'm intrigued by card games that are synergetic.
Synergetic, I like it.
Hey,
making shit up, but it sounds cool.
Big words in Abu Dhabi. Next up,
Babylon 5. I don't really know anything about this property.
Space.
I probably would have liked it if I would have watched it 20 years ago, but I doubt I would be able to like it now.
Yeah,
probably missed the boat.
Yeah, the cheese factor in a lot of those is pretty high. And
yeah, you wait too long, it just some of that shit gets so corny. It's hard to.
Speaking of cheese factor, man.
Cheese factor.
I did something stupid yesterday.
What the fuck did you do?
I watched an episode of Saved by the Bell.
Oh, Jesus! What the hell kind of midlife crisis are you having?
A really bad one, man. I'll admit it. In my early teens, even middle teens, 15, 16, I watched the shit out of Saved by the Bell. I watched an episode yesterday. It was one of the worst things I have ever watched in my entire life. And I watched the whole fucking episode because I wanted to stick to it. Because I remember a lot of these episodes because I'd seen them so many times. There's only like 5 seasons of that shit.
Yeah, that's too many. That's what you get. That'll teach you.
It was god awful. So that's kind of how I feel Babylon 5 would be. We went back and watched it today.
Yeah, I did that shit with Beastmaster, a movie I loved when I was a kid, and I watched it as an adult, and damn it, I wish I hadn't done that. Because it is fucking terrible. But I was 12. That was the coolest thing ever. A dude in his loincloth with a ferret. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loincloths, ferrets?
Ferrets and loincloths. You had me at fucking loincloth.
Yeah. Falcons. There's a falcon or two or something in there.
There is a falcon. Yeah, he's got a fucking panther something. It's badass.
He's a beastmaster. He's got them all.
Yeah.
Anyway. Babylon 5, yeah, it's President's Game. They made a bunch of other stuff. I'm pretty sure it's Austin Powers. Could be wrong. If we are, doesn't matter. Nobody's watching this.
Nobody cares.
It had a bunch of expansions and big tournament scene there for a while because it was popular at the time. So it had that on its side. As a lot of these games did when they first came out. You know, the properties were relatively big.
Yeah.
Or big enough to support people playing the game, even in tournament styles.
Yeah, that's relatively cheap on the market now. Depending on the expansion, some of them are more rare than others and maybe more playable. But I'd say most people now are just into it for nostalgia.
Yeah.
Next on the list, number 3, Dark Eden. It's another Target game. It's in the same world as Doom Trooper. I don't know that this one ever did any good. It didn't have any expansions. Doom Trooper had a few. It's hard to find. The art's very similar to Doom Trooper. I just know it's set in that same world, and that's about it.
Dark Eden.
I think we have our hands on one sealed pack that I'm not even sure will open.
Probably not. If we only have one, I mean, I don't know what the point of it is.
We'll make a video that somebody might actually watch to the end. 45 seconds long. Number 4 on the list, Quattro, since Harry is such a fluent Spanish speaker.
Y'all didn't know about that, me about me too.
If I can't even speak English. Be about to do that.
But I'm Sam. Dune.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure it's upticked recently because of the movie. I haven't seen it. Heard it's okay. I've only read the first book. The second, there's a trilogy of that Herbert did, and then it was kind of
everybody
co-opted by the rest of his family.
Yep, other people may have finally dabbled in it too, and they wrote lots of books, and I haven't read a lot of those.
I haven't either. I've only read the first book, and I really, really, really liked it.
Oh, anyway. The original novel's fantastic. Yeah. Love it.
It was originally started by Wizards of the Coast because they started everything at some point and then sold it off or gave up.
Yeah.
What else we got about this? There's lots of expansions for that too because, why wouldn't there be?
Yeah. They're a few $100s a box now if you want to buy them. Yeah, that's about it. I'd love to get my hands on some, but not for $300 a booster box.
No. So if you want to send us shit, Caleb,
yeah,
buy it for us and send it to us.
Next on the list, one we've been diving into a lot more lately.
Yep.
I know it's not for sale.
Nope.
A Magicka. That is based on a Clive Barker novel of the same name, which I just finished reading, and it's cool. It's very cool.
Very cute.
Love it. Probably this may become my number 1 most aesthetically pleasing. I just love the design. Love what they did. But yeah, really hard to find, and the popularity of it's going up. And we're a little bit blown away by how much so. This is the only game we get contacted about, really, right now. And it's a lot. Hey, you guys selling that? Hey, you got that?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're not going to sell any of it right now. We may never sell any of it. We may send some of it to get graded. We may just take a big old crap on it and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something with it.
Yeah.
But we really like the looks of it and want to break into playing it soon, and it looks very cool. So.
And we forgot to mention it was done by Harper Collins. Collins. I think there's a Collins in there somewhere at some point.
At one point they were.
And also they also helped produce Aliens Predator, which we forgot to mention at the beginning.
Yeah.
So there's your tie-in for there too. So
tie in that motherfucker.
Yeah. Magicka's great. We like it. We like it a lot. We've actually somehow managed to come up with 50 packs or so.
Yeah.
Or plus. And yeah, you won't find them anywhere. I mean, you won't find them for sale. And if you do, you're going to pay. You're either going to get really lucky and get it really cheap because people don't know how to price this shit, or you're going to pay an outrageous fortune for them.
Yeah.
If I ever catch one of those lucky cheap ones, it's never seen the market again.
Yeah.
Or not for
Be
cheap.
gone. We've stumbled into ours. It's pretty much been dumb luck. It hasn't been genius.
Pure dumb luck. We haven't searched for it. It's just fallen in our lap. And that's the best way. Next, we're going to dive into some hockey because we're Canadians at heart.
Yeah, something like that. We're also pillars of the...
Pillars of humanity.
Yeah, pillars of humanity. Might as well be fucking Canadian, too. What on playoff? I always forget the fucking playoff. Because who puts their company name at the beginning of the game name, you dicks?
Yeah, I almost always see it referred to as playoff one-on-one hockey.
Yeah, but you never... I'm glad Watsy didn't do that.
Yeah, and never the challenge. I never see the challenge at the end of it.
Yeah.
But it's playoff one-on-one hockey challenge. It's way too many syllables and words.
It's Wizards of the Coast, Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Who the fuck does that? But
right.
Anyway, we have a bunch of this shit. We thought it was fun. We've dabbled in a little bit. Had fun with it. Don't give a shit about hockey, but the mechanics are intriguing enough. It's a pretty interesting game.
And we got a few videos out there on this, including a how to play. I don't know how good that is, but it's there. So
it's present.
Go watch it.
It's present. You go.
I would say I personally am trying to chase down all the ultra rares because they literally are ultra rare. One every couple 3 boxes, depending on the starter or booster, and there's players for only starters and players for only boosters. So it's double hard to get all the set. And the expansion was different. It was just one whatever. I don't know if it was boosters, starters. I'm assuming it's all straight boosters. However it existed, we only see one pack ever.
Yeah.
Period.
I bought it quick.
But the ultra rares on the expansion side seem to be a little more common than the more common base set, which was the starters. Nope, the boosters.
We starters solved that mystery.
Yeah. We've never seen any sealed outside of one pack of the expansion, but the golds, the ultra rares are more common. Go figure. Whatever. Anyway, moving on.
One caveat to add. We forgot. This was not actually made in 97, but we started this list based on the wiki CCG list, and so that's where it landed. But that's not true. Every card says 95, 96.
Yeah, if you look at the original, it follows the sports card lineage. So 95, 96 would be the first expansion or the first base set, and the expansion was called 96, 97. And they always had the tail end of the first or the last whatever year. So if your PSA was grading, they would call it 96 for the base set and 97 for the expansion.
Next, Shadowrun. I don't know if you say that as a word. Is that FASA or do you say FA? I don't know what you say.
Probably FASA, but FASA works too.
Mufasa. This was a cyberpunk genre themed tabletop RPG. They had one expansion. It's relatively cheap. Haven't got into it yet, but it looks cool. I think cyberpunk purists, if that's even a thing, maybe don't like this game as much because it kind of delves into fantasy and gets a little off track of the technology, criminal components, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Screw you.
Yeah, being a purist. I'm not a pure anything other than a piece of shit. Warlords. Warlords is one that... Now, there is a Warlord. I'm pretty sure it's singular, and it's a much more popular game. We haven't ever talked about Warlords. This one, I have the original computer game that it's based on. Look at me go.
Look at you now.
We said it's not a real-time strategy game. This is a turn-based strategy game. It was made in... the game was made in 96, maybe, 95.
It's for Windows 95, so...
Yeah, it was obviously the
third
iteration. This is one of the main reasons I bought this. Something I really like the aesthetics of this game. It also came with a little pamphlet talking about the trading card
sheet. Yeah.
I actually like that the art is based on an old cheesy computer game. I think that's kind of cool. And I thought maybe the rule book for the computer game would be cool and explain some backstory to the card game, but not so much. It's more just about which buttons to click. But anyway,
the left one in most cases.
I like this game. Another oddity about it is no rarity. Everything was just blah. No rarity at all. So, just fucking random.
So, there is rarity. It's just nobody knows what the fuck it is.
Well, yeah, there's rarity, and then you might not ever find a card.
Right.
Because who knows?
Exactly.
So last one, not technically on the list, but an honorary mention. Arcana Strikes was a digital only, Japanese only card game. I just thought that was interesting because it was 97.
And digital only.
Yeah.
And on a console.
On Sega Saturn, if you remember that damn thing. I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew anybody that had one.
I didn't know anybody that had one at that time.
But I knew it existed.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's pretty wild. I didn't know. That might be the OG for digital card games, if it really is a trading card game. Yeah.
And this is one case where we'll mention a, I would not be specific card game.
Mm-hmm.
It was Japanese and only Japanese, but, it's intriguing because it was console.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that about wraps it up. That's all of 97. So, how we do?
Good enough.
Yeah, buddy.